The Kardashians are the real elites.
They eat babies. That is not bullshit.
They what?
It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires.
Oh
and everybody
my
still
gosh,
thinks
they
I'm
probably
crazy,
are.
but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man.
So why do you care to go to this? Because I was invited.
Recognize this cabin right here the Kris Jenner's at? Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at a cabin, but wait.
What?
Is that?
Who was that?
Surely that's not the same cabin.
Y'all, it appears like 50 Cent could be aiming to expose Kris Jenner next after he said his documentary on Diddy is just the beginning. And apparently Kris is already attempting to get ahead of the story and warns 50 not to mess with her. But if Kris believes 50 Cent would back down from her threats, she's got another thing coming. So reportedly,
She do, bro, 'cause that's 50 Cent. Get rich or die trying.
50 is going to film additional documentaries, each one devoted to a star with murky links to Diddy, and one of them is Kris. Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble just were exposed in a manner they can't PR their way out of. A fresh series of stolen emails have demonstrated that Corey's ties to Epstein and Diddy stretch considerably deeper than what the public has seen thus far. But the thing nobody was ready for is Kris's name popping up right next his. Not as a spectator, but as the one reportedly bankrolling the whole enterprise.
She was the one controlling the money?
Suddenly, the opulent parties, the millionaire visitors, the non-stop real estate flips. All of it strikes different when you learn whose money was purportedly making those doors open. Now everyone's questioning the same thing. Was Corey the one pulling Kris into the mess? Or has Kris been running the play the whole time?
Corey Gamble.
I mean, Kris did get, Kim Kardashian famous in a way by being her manager, by getting Ray J to post the tape. So she could be the mastermind.
It's Justin Bieber's former tour manager, which taught Kris Jenner how to be a tour manager so that she could take over the financial responsibility.
Before those hacked emails ever reached the internet, Kris and Corey were already moving in a manner that had people looking at them sideways. And it all began with that over-the-top 70th birthday celebration Kris threw smack in the heart of the Epstein file mayhem. Now Kris doing something spectacular for her birthday isn't new, but this one seemed different from the time the first photographs appeared. The magnitude was crazy, the guest list was unusual, and the vibe surrounding that night didn't fit celebration.
Was that Gail? What's her name?
It was crazy, the guest list was unusual.
What's her last name? And she looked like Gail.
Surrounding that night didn't fit celebration. It looked like a conference, a hushed meeting of billionaires trying to find out how to endure what was coming. And then the timing made things worse. The gathering occurred precisely the same week the initial Epstein email dumps were circulating. So folks weren't seeing a birthday, they were seeing a diversion placed exactly as Corey's name was starting to be spoken again. But here's where things gets complicated.
So by them posting the files, that's them showing like who's the elites and who's like credible to go to the parties?
Reports then showed that Kris didn't even pay for the party. That $6.5 million cost was purportedly paid by Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez.
What the
And
freak?
as you guys presumably know, Bezos has never been part of the Kardashian circle. So his suddenly dumping millions on Kris's birthday present set off every alert, because why would one of the wealthiest men on earth push himself into that circle just now of all times?
Good American on the outside.
Kris Jenner Empire, I will not stop until my family surpasses a Rothschild. Oh my gosh.
I've got Skims on the inside.
Wait, say that again?
I'm drinking 818 like crazy.
That's below.
Like, what you think the Rothschilds be doing, bro?
And the guest
everyday life
is what really pushed this from bizarre to damning. Practically every name linked with Epstein or referenced in the released papers was present. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Meghan and Harry, Beyoncé and Jay-Z, Paris Hilton, Oprah, Tyler Perry. It read less like a celebration and more like a roll call of folks who did not want their names anywhere near the following batch of papers. But the true turmoil didn't even happen inside. According to the first reports, neighbors complained about high noise levels and phoned the police. But those who were really present stated that wasn't why police enforcement came there. They stated paramedics had to be summoned when something behind the scenes went wrong.
They needed paramedics.
Something
What the
large
freak
enough that
happened?
security sought to cover it. And all of this, the time, the millionaire sponsors, the Epstein-linked crowd, the emergency responders, matched up exactly with the moment those hacked emails were building up momentum online.
Proud of the work.
People didn't notice a coincidence.
Why does it keep
They
skipping?
spotted a trend that made one thing brutally clear. Chris and Corey weren't responding to the damage, they were planning for it. Now, as y'all know, Corey Gamble has significant links with some of the shadiest players in the business, including Diddy.
We know.
Diddy and Corey truly go far back, and they've helped one another disguise their dodgy activities for decades. Remember when Corey went viral when photographs of him visiting
Oh, wow.
On base 44.
Kim Porter's residence leaked around the time of Diddy's arrest? It's thought that Diddy had dispatched Corey to Kim's residence ahead of the police so he could assist erase any evidence that may connect Diddy to her murder. In all this, the one person
Dang, they did say he probably had something to do with it.
who has stood on business when it comes to exposing Corey is Kanye. Even while he was still married to Kim, Ye never liked Corey. In a series of deleted tweets, he branded Corey godless and an opportunist. He also stated that his friendship with Chris is more of a strategic collaboration to help cover up his illicit activities with Diddy. He went as far as prohibiting his kids from ever being near Corey just because he didn't want them to be affected by his dishonest methods. And then there came a leaked audio where Ye suggested that Corey had links to intelligence networks in Hollywood, even referring to him as CIA.
Leaked audio.
Yes, Corey CIA. Like, he didn't even have to say it. I know it. The grandmother that
But he said it though.
signed for the daughter
He said he's CIA.
to do the tape has the rights to the grandmother that signed for the daughter to do the tape has the rights to the names and the likeness of my black children. That's who we're dealing with. And I bet not one celebrity say shit. Yeah. They ain't gonna say shit.
It is true though, because the grandmother did sign it off. I think they're doing that to Northwest right now.
Oh man, I'm sorry about your cousin.
I mean, by the way they communicate, he's essentially family at this point. But it all connects back to Chris. According to sources, Chris and Corey's relationship is more of a sugar mother, sugar baby scenario. She bankrolls his lifestyle, and in return, he performs all her dirty work. That's why when those emails leaked, it wasn't surprised that Chris's name surfaced many times. Now, let's speak about those purported leaked emails. Since sources are predicting the information might single-handedly topple the Kardashian-Jenner enterprise. Screenshots of these have been circulating on underground Reddit threads, and supposedly the emails imply that Corey is now on the FBI's radar. Why? Because they identified incontrovertible ties
Bro, they be picking and choosing who they want to lock up
between
for this
him and
stuff.
certain events in the Epstein chronology, things that seem too perfect to simply be a coincidence. However, what's even more fascinating is that, according to law enforcement experts, the feds are treating Chris like the Ghislaine Maxwell of the business, the madam who helps recruit victims and covers the money trail for her affluent customers. Like Ghislaine, Chris has been tied to various money laundering scams. The largest,
of course,
is her so-called California Community Church, which
she got a community. Bro, Kris Jenner, Kris Kardashian, whatever the freak, has a community church.
A lot of people,
you know, that's a scam.
Is simply another one of her.
What type of holiness is in them?
Illegal businesses.
This is a church right here. It's in Agoura Hills, California.
Wow.
Which is very close to Calabasas, and it was founded in 2009. The church was primarily founded by Chris. Churches do not have to pay any taxes. They don't even have to report their income to the IRS.
What the freak? They don't have to pay nothing for that church, bro, so they can just be putting money in that place.
Have any overseas tax shelters?
And with good
of course, she ain't say nothing.
Cause. The religion demands its members to pay a high $1,000 membership fee each month.
For the churchgoers?
And substantial gifts distinct from usual tithes. She also receives a 10% tax credit since it's a church.
Dang.
However, what this does is allow her and her kids a simple opportunity to avoid paying taxes. All they need to do.
Dang, so this is how they avoid to pay taxes? Just to buy a church. That's all you gotta do.
Is make a large gift to the church, and that's tax-free money they can retain inside the family.
bought it for him. She pays his rent every month. And all the Kardashians give at least 10% of their income every single year to this church. And it's obviously because they're like good Christians, right? It couldn't possibly be tax evasion or like money laundering.
But here's where it becomes more sinister. According to rumors, Kris also utilizes this church to assist her affluent pals clean up any monies they don't want tracked back to them.
Money laundering in a church.
She reportedly utilized this pipeline to deliver hush money to Diddy's victims and does the same for her other rich pals, the same ones who attended her opulent birthday parties. And then there are the unending real estate developments. Someone in the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty is continually purchasing a new house or constructing a new skyscraper. And this has led to accusations online that these ongoing real estate costs are merely another front for enabling guys like Epstein and Diddy execute their criminal enterprises.
Yeah.
After the leak got public, the reaction
That's
rushed.
crazy, bro. They all interconnected. Like, it's really like the Underground Railroad, but with trafficking.
People began connecting the links. Lost photographs emerged, and the internet went crazy with thoughts about what the relationship between them actually is. One popular tweet dubbed Corey a fixer, saying Sean Combs' good friend Corey Gamble is Kris Jenner's boyfriend. He's also a fixer. Sometimes the fixes are nice, and sometimes they are not. Many more comments reflected this similar viewpoint, and that's when it sank for Corey and the Kardashians, that their time of diverting everyone with expensive parties,
so if anybody got something to say, he be the one to handle it,
and an affluent lifestyle was over. People are demanding the truth. And once they start pulling on that loose thread, they won't stop until it unravels entirely. Now here's where everything flips. Despite Kris and Corey putting up this unified front for the public, the cracks are clearly evident in their relationship. All the anxiety from heightened FBI attention is getting to Corey, and he's supposedly already thinking of turning on Kris to save himself.
Wow.
What made this even more clear was when the site revealed that Kris and Corey had been witnessed having a furious disagreement in Las Vegas as they attended Beyoncé's *Cowboy Carter event. An eyewitness described the fight as obviously uncomfortable, adding that Khloé sought to reassure a furious Gamble by attempting to calm him down. Kris eventually cut Corey out of all her pictures from the performance, only sharing images of herself and her new besties Oprah and Gayle King.
Of course, yeah, that is Gayle. Of course, Oprah is her friend.
Interestingly, this confrontation happened only days after another disagreement, during which Corey apparently informed Kris he was tired of being treated like her secretary. These debates, happening only months before Corey was exposed in this enormous
This might give you goosebumps. Your birthday
Bro, she probably ratted that dude out.
We know exactly when witches are born.
Fashion can't be a coincidence. If anything, it's indication that he's on edge and not eager to go down with Kris.
Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble are allegedly headed for a breakup. And this comes after a blind item has alleged that Kris Jenner is doing everything she can to get Corey to dump her so she doesn't have to continue to financially support him.
Now everything around Kris and Corey appears different. The parties, the money, the guest list, it all reads like one continuous cover-up that eventually slipped. And the odd thing is, Corey's the one cracking first. He's moving odd, shrinking back, behaving like a guy who knows the feds are circling and knows he doesn't have long.
More ruthless people in the business world and industry. They just have subtleties to their tactics.
So reportedly 50 is going to film additional documentaries, each one devoted to a star with murky links to Diddy, and one of them is Kris.
Bro's getting scary out here for these celebrities.
And insiders are suggesting that 50 supposedly wants to reveal Kris's questionable business transactions and those suspicions concerning money laundering. Ever since Sean Combs' The Reckoning debuted,
I still haven't watched it. Have y'all watched it?
For 50 Cent to do additional documentaries and expose all the filth going on in the business. Well, it seems like those fans could have their desire realized soon, since insiders close to 50 are claiming he's got an entire list of celebs he wants to expose.
A list?
He's allegedly preparing sequels to the *Reckoning, *Doc, with each episode concentrating on a high-profile individual from Diddy's circle. And sure, Kris Jenner is on that list.
Why do you care to go to this? Because I was invited. Diddy will be proud of you tonight. Are we going to see Diddy? I don't think he's here. He's out with French Montana and he's in Miami, actually.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy.
Bro, they love to hang out with Diddy.
Justin Bieber.
Now, if you've been paying attention to the Kris rumors throughout the years, then her name being up next to Diddy really shouldn't startle you. Kris and her girls have stated several times on their program about coming to Diddy's events. Khloe even mentioned one time she went to a Diddy party when nobody was wearing any clothing.
He didn't go to bed.
What the freak? The whole party, nobody was wearing nothing.
I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Kris, Kim, Khloe, and Kylie also attended Diddy's 50th birthday in 2019, and Kris accompanied her boyfriend, Corey Gamble. Corey really knew Diddy even before he met Kris. In fact, there are suspicions that Corey was helping Diddy control Justin Bieber.
Dang, Justin.
Remember this weird picture of Corey and Justin? But Kris Jenner and Diddy's bond also goes far back. They've worked closely together for over a decade, and Kris used to share a lot of intimate photographs of her and Diddy on IG. Then there was also the bizarre episode of Kris's chat show when Diddy was assessing youngsters modeling.
We have Madison.
Why they always bring kids around him on TV? Like, they just be throwing the stuff in our face.
Ring dress, a Stella McCartney sweater, and a Stuart Wiseman flats. Say hi to the audience, girl. All right.
What the freak?
I can see you rocking that look, Sean. I stalked everybody, by the way. Thanks, guys. For more information on spoiled fashions,
Look at him. About to do a flip on them.
check out our Facebook page. My hubby Bruce Jenner will be here when we come back.
You about to tackle them.
Big network like Oprah.
This is crazy. You are going to be big, big, big.
I'm going to be a big star one day.
Big star one day. I'm counting on. I'm betting on you.
Yeah.
If I was at the races, I would bet on Diddy. Not me.
You got to take our
No.
Get a room.
I mean, that was a great surprise.
I need you in my life, baby. I need you every day. I turn on TV.
They keep clapping. They're not even talking about nothing.
Oh, that made me cry.
Take
Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Sean.
He say, take that?
Oh, that made me cry. Thank you, Kimmy.
Yeah, take that, take that.
Thank you, Sean. You guys are amazing.
Now, here's where the rabbit hole goes even deeper. There are suspicions emerging that Kris and Diddy weren't simply buddies, but were reportedly engaged in dubious business activities together. Remember when Homeland Security raided Diddy's residences back in March 2024? Well, Kris and Kim unfollowed Diddy on Instagram barely 24 hours before the raids took place. So how did they know? Was it simply a coincidence? Or did
somebody said something.
Someone tip them off? Well, some sources were claiming at the time Kris and Kim were worrying big time when the raids occurred because they believed the FBI would start connecting the dots between them and Diddy's crimes. And those offenses reportedly involve money laundering, directly connected to Kris Jenner's private church. One of the persons who helped Kris set up the church was Lou Taylor, Britney Spears' previous manager and the architect.
Of course Britney Spears is involved in this. Well, she not, but the people that involved with Britney Spears involved with this.
Of her conservatorship. According to court records acquired by the New York Times, Lou Taylor profited millions from Britney while she was under that conservatorship. And part of the money wound up flowing into another dubious church, Calvary Chapel, which is owned by Lou's husband.
Bro, they be making these churches and taking everybody money.
And guess who else Lou Taylor is linked to? That's right, Diddy. In reality, Lou and Diddy go far back, and they originally met in the 90s when they both worked at Uptown Records. Diddy eventually became one of Lou Taylor's customers once she became a celebrity business manager.
Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They ain't doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just
Meet Squibbler, the AI book writer that
Bro, they're
transforms
using
your
his
ideas
name,
into
the name of
fully
the Lord,
developed
as an
chapters
illusion
with pre-made templates
to make more money.
follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay?
This
Her
article
church.
from The Hollywood Reporter indicates that Lou Taylor joined a management agency named Demos, where she worked with Uptown Records and met Sean Diddy Combs, then an intern at the label, now her long-term client. But if you thought that was weird, wait until you hear how the Kardashians reportedly took $600 million from Britney. According to a
Dang,
popular
600
thread from
million?
at Britney Hiatus, the Kardashians could have utilized their relationship to Lou Taylor to acquire a piece of Britney's money. And the entire affair apparently began in 2018 when Britney's sister Jamie Lynn was designated the trustee of Britney's
Oh my gosh, Jamie Lynn Pierce.
largest trust. Jamie Lynn submitted papers to move the assets into a separately managed trust account with a business named Stonebridge, and the vice president of Stonebridge was none other than Lou Taylor. Right about the
That's crazy.
time Jamie Lynn filed her petition, Stonebridge assets were up and then down by $600 million. This is because Lou Taylor reportedly moved $600 million from Stonebridge into a holding company by the same name established in Panama, a well-known tax haven. And
Wow.
here's where the Kardashian link comes in.
How you gonna take the girl money and she worked her whole life for that money?
In January 2022, Forbes stated that Kim Kardashian was $600 million wealthier when Skims attained a $3.2 billion value. But that's not all. Around the same time, it was reported that Kylie sold half of Kylie Cosmetics for precisely $600 million.
Kylie, $600 million for the business. What was your reaction when you heard that number?
Well, for half of the business, so it's worth double that. So, just to fact check you guys. I've known that selling her business was always in the works for her for a long time. A lot of companies
She sold it for 600 million, bro.
and really wanted to buy her brand.
Some
And
don't
so
make
selling
sense.
just about half of it was a decision that she made about a year ago, and that she wanted to. And so I'm so proud of her.
And according to Britney's fan account, if these charges are accurate, what Lou Taylor and the Kardashians did was a perfect example of money laundering. But the strangest thing is that all this is merely the tip of the iceberg. Sources close to 50 Cent are suggesting he has a lot more information lined up concerning
I bet he do. He know these
Kris
people.
Jenner and the Kardashians' alleged links to Diddy's misdeeds.
He's offering a description of crazy, but when you
Maybe
start
I should watch the Diddy
getting
documentary.
in certain areas,
I watch R. Kelly's.
they're not going to actually be compassionate for what's going on with him, or because he's not crazy where he doesn't know what he's saying. He knows exactly what he's saying.
There is a Britney Spears connection in the new Diddy lawsuit. Some of the people named were also the ones involved in Britney Spears' conservatorship, and now they are being dragged down with Diddy.
That not only was Corey Gamble extremely close to Kim Porter and Diddy, he was there.
He was there.
When the coroners arrived to Kim Porter's house after 911 was called. Am I crazy? That's Corey Gamble, 100%. Not in the blue, the one right behind him.
And allegedly, Kanye is the one providing 50 some of this information. If this ever emerges, folks are claiming it might be the end of the Kardashians.
Shout out to Kanye, bro, because if he end up in an island somewhere, that's not him. Whatever he said.
Enterprise as we know it. And honestly, with the way things are going, they could even be slapped with a RICO.
Bro, it's so crazy how celebrities be just getting away with all this crazy stuff, but they got the money, I guess.